Okay, you guys, are you ready to go? Let's head home a different way. We're up on Phoenix Ridge. It's up above Sandpoint. But we're going to go home a little bit different so you guys can see more. This area here is just super expensive. Ann Arbor Avenue Northeast, University Circle Northeast, the big turnaround. Princeton Avenue Northeast. Has some really cool, pretty houses. It is expensive though. This is an expensive place to live in. If I had the money that I could buy a house somewhere here, I would not do it. I just would not. Not today. I would not live up here for anything. I wouldn't live in Seattle anyways. Again, we're on 165th. Basically, it kind of does some loop around, funny things. Let's see how we get back on 65th. I did say 165th. Northeast 65th Street is the street we're on. We're on that down below. It does some loopy-doopy things up the hill. You know, because the hill gets really steep. Right? Now we're kind of heading over by the Wedgewood neighborhood and the Feeney. This is still Feeney Ridge neighborhood. We're going to go down to the Green Lake neighborhood. My ear doesn't feel like it's right. I'm hoping you can hear me. Up here on the right is going to be a PCC. When I lived in the Greenwood neighborhood, this is one of the health foods, the places that I shopped at. It's one you actually had to be a member. And it was one, you know, eating healthy and organic and all that was new. And I had a very, very tight budget, but I still ate here when the kids were little. I lived over by Northgate, and I with Nicole and Karina, and I still came over here to buy food at the PCC market right here. Now they've got like big stores everywhere. They didn't used to. So we've gone through Sandpoint, we've gone through Lake City and Sandpoint, Feeney Ridge, and sort of Wedgewood, and you know, I don't know what road actually cuts off what. But anything living down here is expensive. Okay, even rent on the dumpy apartment is expensive. Not too far over to the left and sort of in front of us and way over to the left here is also the University of Washington. You know, there's a bus that runs up and down 35th. They've recently jacked up the parking there so you can't park so the buses and bikes can run better. There's a lot of students who still live in this area. Because of that, like they'll put a bunch of people in one little apartment and stuff like that from the University of Washington. Because the buses run. But even like the ugly apartment is really expensive here. They've put in some of these really nice ones. So look what's over to the right. That's really nice. As we're going down 65th too, you'll see as getting over to the Green Lake area. I've always wanted to go to this restaurant. Bryant Corner Cafe and Bakery. I don't know. It just looks like a nice place to go walk in your neighborhood and sit down and have some soup and a salad or something. But that's not my lifestyle. But that's, you know, something that I've always thought about. Maybe one day when money gets better that I'll go to those places that I've thought about. Again, this is in-city living. People live differently here. where Roosevelt High School is over to the right. You're not going to probably be able to see it from this road, but that's the high school that my mother went to, so you know it's a long time high school. See all these big houses that are around us, right? They are tearing them all down, all of them. They're tearing down blocks and blocks and putting in these kind of apartments with retail in the bottom. Okay, right down the street over to the right is Roosevelt High School. Okay, but all these buildings are brand new. See this big vacant lot? Last year, those all had houses in it. In a couple years, they'll have apartments like that. But they're tearing them down everywhere in this corner. All that single-family, old, big houses are gone. They're all going. Nobody can afford them. The businesses, too. Everything is getting bulldozed down. It's okay, because, you know, the houses were so pitty and yucky, and anyway, so it wasn't like anybody was being able to or was keeping them up. All right? Graffiti hit here, I see. I always want to try this place too, Rain City Burgers. I don't know why. I used to ride my bike in this area all the time when I was a bike commuter. All the time. This area where the freeway is up in front of us, you see going back and forth, the cars down there real fast on the overpass. That underneath that was part of my route to get from Greenwood over to the University Village where I worked. Yeah, 24/7 I'd ride my bike, even during the night times, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever. Took me less than an hour to get from Greenwood, not Green Lake, Greenwood, up and over to the University District. And that home didn't matter, snow, rain, sunshine, still only on the bike. No, we're not going to go down here. I'm going to go one more street over and go down. Usually I go right here and I get on the freeway, but we're not going to. We're going to take it down to Green Lake. We're going to keep going the back way. When you're driving in this area, you have to be really careful of people because they have different thoughts on who has right of way anywhere. Okay, so they have the right of way. They're not going. I'm going to go. My mother used to go to Green Lake Elementary School and stuff like this. This is where she grew up in. It's not here anymore. I think it's the Green Lake Elementary School is now a library. And then they have the View Something Ridge Elementary School now. It's still old, but not as old as Green Lake was. Greg Cycle, this is where I used to have all my bicycle needs taken care of. They were not this big at all. They were like this first little part, not the big second part behind it. And now they're out by my house in Lynnwood too. So when I start doing the bike for my channels, you guys know Green Lake. Here we are, we're at Green Lake. When I start doing the bike for my channels, I will do it out of Green Lake Cycle. But the one out of Lynnwood. Okay, and of course nobody ever stops. The pedestrians never stop. So you just kind of come over here and you get your way and you wait for somebody to stop, because they don't. See that? See that? They don't care that I'm all the way halfway in the intersection. They don't care if I wait here 10 minutes. So the only way you can actually ever get across is by just getting there and doing it. World's best milkshake. I wonder if that's true. So now we're going around the side of Green Lake. You guys have been at Green Lake with me many times. Okay, right here we just passed the, what used to be the school, which is now the library. Houses here, a couple million at least to be around the lake, if not more. It's gotten crazy. Again, we're in Seattle, so everything in Seattle's gone crazy. It's not like it's new. Still saying, if I had that kind of money, I just wouldn't live here. Crime is bad. This is the place right over here in the water. Here's where I pulled out the gun. The only gun I've found so far. And it was fresh. It was a 22 semi-automatic long rifle. This lake, too, is a man-made lake. It was made many, many years ago. And it's been shut down and contaminated. And they used to run the hydroplane races off of it. Which, to me, is just crazy. A very polluted lake. It gets shut down and opened up and shut down and opened up. People fish there. I would never eat anything at that lake. I wouldn't. Well, I have swum in that, so, and I've kayaked in that, so I can't say that I wouldn't get in the water. I have. As a kid, we used to now and then we'd come home with duckage, which is the lily pads make you all itchy, right? See, there's a guy going fishing. Dude, don't eat the fish out of that lake. Yucky. All I can say is they stock the lake a couple times of the year, so maybe the fish aren't all too polluted. They do try and pay attention to the health of the lake, but yuck. Really? Yuck, 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 yuck. Sorry. Ooh. I'm going to take you down Aurora. I think we'll go down. Let's go down. Let's go down 3rd Avenue. Okay? I think it might be 3rd Avenue West. Let's take you down there until we have to come back up to Greenwood. We're on Green Lake Drive North right now on North 80th Street. If you want a reference point. Interlake Avenue North also crosses here. So we have Interlake Avenue North, North 80th Street, and Green Lake Drive North. That's this beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way intersection. Yeah, 5-way intersection. Okay, that school bus up in front of us, my guess is somebody lives in it. That's somebody's bus. And like in Seattle, most of the time, and see the camper over here, somebody probably stays in that too. I don't think that's running. That has a tow strap. Right? And you can get away with parking somewhere like that in the city for like 24 hours, maybe a few more days before they cite you and they tell you you have to move it. There's supposed to be areas of Seattle where they won't bother you anymore. I don't know where those areas are. I think they're more south or something. I'm not sure. So that being said, I can't see staying in Lynnwood because Lynnwood's just as bad. And doing what I want to do, I think we need to make a step farther out north, get a big hunk of land where nobody cares. I think in that way I can be a better asset to my friends. And also I can do what I want to do. It's just going to be too big of a battle in Seattle or Lynnwood or Edmonds or Mount Lake Terrace or any of those places. Right? Be really nice if it was a big enough piece of property, but small enough housing and stuff like that, that if I was gone for 3 months, it would be okay. You know, we can always also to have a nicer place on it and have one of the kids live there. One of the adult children live there. I'm sure somebody would be willing to. Super duper stupid expensive, even if it's a total garbage house. Just saying. I don't know my neighborhoods really well. This is Greenway neighborhood according to that sign. Greenway neighborhood. I used to live on Fremont Avenue North, but out in Shoreline, this road goes all the way over there. This Fremont Avenue North that we're crossing right now. I grew up on that Fremont Avenue North, but again, it was Shoreline. And when I grew up there, it was unincorporated King County. Still wouldn't live here. Crime's awful. This nice solar panels on the house. Housing is stupid expensive, taxes stupid expensive, and you can't do what you want on your own property. Parking's always an issue, parking's always a problem. Yada, yada, yada. In city driving. Well, that's interesting. That's a temple of some sort, right? Prayer wheels out front and everything. Okay, this is 3rd Avenue. We're going to go down 3rd Avenue. This is actually 3rd Avenue Northwest, so you know, and Northwest 85th Street. So 3rd Avenue Northwest and Northwest 85th Street. Again, here, this Fred Meyer's has been here forever. It was here, but not this big when I was living here in Greenwood. Over here to my left, I don't know if you could see it. If I had the camera set turned, I could show you. See over there? Is that far enough? Yeah, the people are just living in the doorway. Yep, they're all camped out, sleeping right now under their sleeping bags. All in that business's doorway. It's a photography shop. So when the people come on Monday, you know, I don't know what to say. know you're seeing a lot of, some houses that are really nice and modern, and then there's some that are really old and ugly. Even the old and ugly ones, their houses, little dump houses are $1 million. Not joking. It's just stupid. Stupid money. Whatever. Common theme of all these houses with the basement is the basement floods. Fighting and dealing with mold is a daily issue. Over to our right, this fenced-in area we just passed, for years was a nursery, and for years was also, they still have plants to sell there during the season. Christmas trees, always Christmas trees in that lot every year. Now it looks like they're using it to park trucks, I don't know. I'm sleepy, and I gotta go DoorDash till 10, I gotta get out of here, go do that. Get Jessica should be done sometime in between 2 and 2:30, she says, so I guess I'll go sit there and wait. It's okay. Brand new elementary school over here to our left. They've been doing that a lot. They close so many schools a year and rebuild. Most turned around on schools is 1 year. Tear it down, build it up. They don't try to remodel it anymore. And their goal is always to have it done within about a year. It's pretty amazing, actually, if you think about it. I need some lip stuff. I thought I had lip stuff, but I don't know where I put it. My lips are awful yucky. Grandma, once again, is not kissing good. Is not. Wiped out. I just really need a day off, but it's not going to happen for a bit here. Some big bills coming up on that we're a little short on, like always, so we got to stop being short on stuff. We're going to fix that. That's one of our goals by April 1st. We're going to fix that. Every month, everything is paid that needs to be paid. So that's just going to have to be a requirement. Oh, really, Kelly? Is that a requirement? Like, yes, it is. We don't get to run short on money. But the boys turning 18 in September will help a lot because they'll start working. They actually have it all planned out and are really excited about it, which is good. I'm sleepy. No, I actually just need a coffee or something. Coke, maybe. Yeah, let's go get a Coke and DoorDash. vacations. What can I say? They like to eat. They like to have a place to live. They like having clothes on their body. Dang, society. Society. I tell ya. Money makes the world go round, folks. Be smart about it. Grandma Kelly's going to get smarter and smarter about it. Come back and change. Yeah, taxes on this house in Lynnwood are high, and they're just going to get higher. Okay, so right in front of us, and I think we've had a driving video on this. If you go to the left, you go to a place called Richmond Highlands. It's an exclusive place where people live. I mean, like the HOA is $58,000 a year. You can look it up. It's crazy. And the golf course is right next to us. Now it's on our left. It's a seriously gated community. The Episcopal Chapel is inside the community, so on Christmas, the doors open up and we got to go to the chapel for Christmas Mass because we went to the Episcopal Church up here. But otherwise, it's a closed community. As kids, we used to sneak over to the golf course and go sledding and stuff. Bad children. So the security guys chased us out all the time. We used to do that all the time. We're little punk asses. Ooh. Okay, there's also a cemetery down there. I'll take you by that we used to play in all the time. It's a Jewish cemetery. Remember when I was a kid, one of my friends' big brother went and hid in the hole, and then when we they're in the process of digging a hole, it wasn't that deep yet, and it had a piece of plywood. They just put a piece of plywood over it when they were digging it. Remember this when I was a little kid, and we go playing through there at night and stuff, and I'm sorry, sleepy. And one night Ellen and I were running through it, and her big brother and his friend jumped out of the hole. Oh my gosh, we went screaming back to the house. I thought her dad was gonna just beat them. Not just a little bit. He was mad that the boys did that to us. But you know, they were just big boys. They were teenagers. We were younger than that. We were elementary school. Oh, I'll drive you up to the elementary school. We'll go through their drive-thru. We're in Highland Terrace neighborhood right now. I did not live in the Highland Terrace neighborhood. I don't know if they're calling it that where we're at, what they're calling the neighborhood we're in, because it used to be unincorporated King County, and they used to call our neighborhood Shoreline. But now Shoreline's actually a city. So. But I'll drive you up the street. We can go do a turnaround in the school. See if it looks the same. Sure it doesn't. I'm sure it's been totally remodeled. It looks nothing like it did when I went there. But we had to, I want you to keep in mind, we had to walk back and forth to school. There was no bus for us. Quote unquote, we didn't quite live far enough away. If we were right up the street, a few blocks up the street from us, we would have got bus service. Okay, but we had to walk, what was it, a mile and a quarter, a mile and a third or something. It was just crazy. Kids out dancing, being strange. I never was like that when I was that age. Hashtag freedom flag looks like it's upside down. Stop it, people. Shoreline Community College is right over here to the left, but the elementary school I went to is up here. So I had to walk from my house on 175th Street in Fremont all the way here. From first grade on. First grade through 6. Yep, see, this is the school I went to. I wasn't, but, you know, a few months ago I had a really bad dream about the school, too. I was stuck in and I couldn't get out of it. I know. In fact, I can remember it. I can't remember the details anymore. But yeah, this is where I went to elementary school when I was a kid. It did look like this. It's nicer now. It's still old, but it's already been through a remodel. It's more of a closed campus. It was more of an open campus then. Okay. That's Highland Terrace Elementary School. That's where I went. We had to walk here. Over to our left is Shoreline Community College. It's over in these woods. Condemned house right there, being eaten up by the bushes. This right here, up in here, is where that old man, oh, okay. On the left first, that is the Jewish cemetery that we used to run around in and get in trouble in and play in all night, all the time. But right up here, before the sidewalks were in, a guy pulled over this old man, and he was asking us direction, and there was a group of about 5 of us who walked back and forth to school. And he was doing something he wasn't supposed to underneath a map that he had on his lap. I'm sure you guys can figure it out. So we grabbed a bunch of rocks. One of the girls ran back down to where the crossing guard was, and the rest of us broke out all his windows. I'm not joking. And so when the police came, they found him, and because we broke out all his windows. He actually he was a pedophile who lived in this neighborhood. This house over on the corner across from us, a White House, they had a mean German Shepherd, and it was one of the kids I went to school with, and the German Shepherd was one of those ones that snuck up behind people and bit him. It put a big bite into the back of my thigh. Big hunk. And I wasn't doing anything to the dog. I'm a very animal person. The dog just didn't like strangers, and I was there with their kid, and everybody was home, and he just snuck up right behind me and took a big hunk out of the back of my leg. Didn't, just teeth mark, didn't take actual hunk of flesh. Just really bit my leg bad and put his teeth through it, so I had puncture wounds all over. Okay, my house is this first house on the corner on the left. It is the one I'm in front of right now. Okay, I know you can't see it. Okay, but that was my house. That's where I grew up. It's on 175th and Fremont, right? I think I've showed that to you before. My little boyfriend Davey Weaver was in that greenhouse right there on the corner of the little Rambler. We're in Shoreline now, by the way, in case you didn't know that. Of course, because, I grew up in house in Shoreline. We were actually looking at one of these houses over here on the right to buy, and so we bought the one now. It was a really good deal, but it really needed some work. And my mom looked at me, and I looked at her, and we went, yeah, we're not going to do the work, so let's not do it. No, and neither one of us had the energy for the work. Richmond Beach Road, and this is northeast 185th, and the road we're driving on is Fremont Avenue North. to our left here is called King's School. Krista and King's School. There's that school here. There's a nursing home here. There's this is all part of Krista. There's assisted living, #freedom. There's all that here. About 20 minutes. I'm trying to think of what more I want to film, where else I really want to drive, and I want to end up at Jesse's, where Jesse is in 20 minutes. Church, the Lutheran church right here. It's been here forever. It hasn't been a church though. Well, it's been a church the whole time. It just hasn't been that church. For a long time it was vacant. Here we'll stay off the busy road. Oh, I should have showed you over by my house, the school that was on the right by my house that we went past. That was Shorehead High School. I went there for a few years before I went to college. Go left here, you'd run into the school I went to. This is 3rd Avenue Northwest. This is the same 3rd Avenue that was way down in Greenwood. But now we're at Northwest, right? You can't go straight through. It cuts off into other things here. This is always so fun. Now, look at this now. Gonna love this. I don't know how well it's gonna show up for camera. Ready? We're falling off the world. Ah! Can you feel it? With my bad brakes. Slow your roll, girl. It's a steep hill. Ooh, they're changing up Firdale Village. But I heard this part of Firdale Village that they're changing up here. Oops, we're gonna go fast. Caught on fire. There's been struggling retail there forever. We're heading our way into Edmonds now. You guys have all been to Edmonds too. Lynnwood, Edmonds, that kind of stuff. take you down around to the Edmonds way, but we're not going to go that way because we're out of time. Edmonds is straight in front of us. We're actually in Edmonds all around us right now. But this is not the cool part of Edmonds. This is just the Edmonds part of Edmonds. The normal part of Edmonds, not the down by the waterfront part. Right? Wake up! No, yes, no, yes, wake up. You're driving a car, girl. I know. So we're on 100th Avenue West. That's the magic road we're on. Hashtag freedom over to the right. Let's go, let's go. Freedom, we just passed two of them toward my right. I didn't acknowledge either one. I really sleep now. It doesn't matter. I still need to go to work. I did go potty. Get gas. Hashtag freedom over to the left. It's the Puget Sound in front of us. Isn't it pretty? Quit yawning, Kelly. Driving through Edmonds now, you guys. That's where we're at. I'm gonna pop up here to Lynnwood and get back to Jessie. Supposed to be there in 3 minutes, but she doesn't call me yet. If she calls me, then I know I need to go faster. In between 2 and 2:30, Mom. Can you be a little more vague, child? The rest of us has life to live. Can't live in vagueness. Don't get me wrong, I have a good life. I'm just like always struggling. Right. Always struggling. west. We are on this road a lot. This is the main road that goes by my neighborhood. Not my house, but my neighborhood. My house is jogged over from here into the residential areas. We're going to hit all the, where all that construction was when we started. That's straight on this road for the light rail. So far away, doesn't anybody stay in one place anymore? It would be so fun to see your face like that I was very self-centered, very self-focused, the world revolves around me. And I knew nothing. And the older I get, the more I know. I know nothing. There's so much stuff out there to learn. So much stuff out there to know. Oh, look at me. I know. Really? Yes. Very true. Very, very true. See this camper here? I just live over there. I wouldn't get away with that. I don't have a place I can pull up like that. And also to my neighbors, man, they'd start reporting me. Weirdos. I know. Not all of them. Not all of them. A couple old men in our neighborhood need more to their life than what I do in my backyard. Seriously. I don't care. Let's just strip the house anyways. I'm gonna strip it, sell it, move. Yep. Not tomorrow. I'm working on stripping it now.